Welcome to Eureka Archery. My name is Anwar Mat Saad, and tonight I am at Eco Warrior Park. I was with my friend Hafiz building up target stands, and some of the Eureka archers has visited us today. And in my hand here I have a rather interesting bow. It is blue, like a denim blue, and this is the Assyrian Jackal bow. So this is how it looks like. Recently I have reviewed the Assyrian bow by Groza that was a biocomposite. This one here is a laminated bow. I am not sure whether this is the original string of the bow. It is bright neon green. I don't think so. And the brace height is quite high. The bow length is not that long. I think it's about 52 inches. And this seems like it could be fast flight. This is how the bow looks like, bubbles in the front. So this handle wrap was installed by the owner of the bow. So this is not my bow, I am just testing it out. And he has supplied me with these arrows. So I have here some Petong bamboo arrows, which was made by the owner of the bow itself, as well as some carbon arrows from Ekmos, the shafts from Ekmos. And spine, the bamboo, the Petong bamboo here is about 400 plus. And the carbon is 400 on the dot. I'm not going to go into detail what is the weight of the point, the insert and everything else, because well, every archer is different. It's not necessarily you have to be specific like that. The most important thing is you know the formula and basically how to custom the arrow for your needs. But enough rambling about that. So this is how the bow looks like. Nice and sleek. You can see the laminates there. There seems to be like a dark hardwood, some light wood, could be maple, and then it is covered in a matte glass on the back and the belly side. Looking at close proximity, you can see that the transition is nice, smooth and clean, and on the limb section you barely see any other material sandwiched in between, suggesting that this is a very thin limb which could give a very efficient cast for the arrow. The owner of the bow is a little bit concerned about the bow itself. However, the bow is rated at 9 GPP and the poundage here is 53 pounds at 28 inches. So I wouldn't overdraw the bow. I would think the maximum draw for this bow is 30 inches. So this is how the draw profile looks like. Okay, I'm going to just draw it like that. Drawing it, it's quite comfortable. You don't feel the stack. The handle doesn't move as much, and this the string is very tight. There's a nice sound to it. So in a moment I'll be shooting towards the target over there that is being placed at 80 meters, and the target we're going for is the FITA 40 centimeters. This is being set up for our archers here to train for the upcoming Kuala Lumpur Archery League. So without further ado, let's test out this bow. Alright, so let's try to shoot the bow. First off, let's try the Ekmos 400 spine. This one is rated at 33.22 grams. Not too sure on grains, but let's try to give it a shot. Knocking it there, and let's try it out. So that one goes straight to the middle. Let's do 2 more carbons. Alright. Again, straight to the middle. 1 more of the carbon. Okay, let's do this. Okay, that one dropped. So, let's try the Petong bamboo arrows. Petong bamboo arrows at 400-ish spine. A little offset on the fletching. This was made by the owner of the bow. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, straight. We'll try 2 more. And then we'll take the camera behind my back to see the trajectory of the arrow. Okay, that one's a bit to the left. Let's try to center it Well, 18 meters with 40 centimeters target face is not exactly easy. It is quite challenging, but pretty fun. Okay, that one goes back to the right. Last arrow, why not? Okay. Straight to the middle. Okay, so this is how the bow looks like. I'll be retrieving those arrows, bring the camera to the back, then I'll give you what I think about the Jackal Assyrian bow. This is what it looks like. Alright, so this is how the bow looks like. Let me just shoot a few more with the carbon first. Alright. See that straight to the A on the top left. Another carbon. It feels very nice. The bow is definitely silent. Okay, that one dropped slightly. Okay, one more from the carbon. One dropped again. So let's adjust that using the Patong bamboos. It flies really fast with the Patong bamboos. That's quite surprising. I think it went through the target bot. Okay, let's try this again. Again, very, very fast. So I think the maker or the owner of the bow has really done a very good job in making these Patong arrows. It goes through the B target. I'm not shooting at the A, I'm shooting at the B, the top right. It goes through the target like butter, and these are new targets. You can see how fast it went. Really, really fast. The last arrow, now I'll give you my final verdict. Right beside it. So, what do I think about the Assyrian bow by Jackal Archery? I think the bow is very nice. For the first few shots, you are a little bit concerned because it is a laminated bow after all. But after shooting it a few times, using the carbon, using the bamboo, I have my preference would be towards the bamboo that the bow owner has let me shoot. My only concern, or rather my only dissatisfaction for the bow, is actually the Jackal logo. With Malaysia being a majority Malay Muslim country, having a dog on your bow is not really, I would say, it's not really a favorable action. So on behalf of bowyers, I'm not trying to tell you to change your logos, but due to cultural sensitivity, perhaps Jackal, you can just have Jackal Archery without the logo of the dog. For some of you who may not know, in the Islamic faith, dogs, we don't hate dogs, don't get us wrong, but dogs are usually seen as unclean animals. Again, I'm not saying dogs are bad, dogs are cool, but having a dog on the bow may deter some Muslim archers from purchasing the bow, even though the bow performs really, really well. So what do I think about the bow? For a beginner, I will not recommend this bow because you need to really know how to take care of the bow. I would recommend this type of bow, or rather this specific bow, is for archers who would like to compete in traditional archery games, who really knows what they are doing and who really has the capacity to have the equipment as well as the arrows to shoot this kind of bow. I think it retails at about 1,400, 1,500 ringgit. I'm not too sure, but it's a really nice bow. I think if you can't wait for the Groza Biocomposite, if you're looking for a laminated Assyrian, this is definitely a bow of choice. So this is how the bow looks like. Some close-ups on the camera. You can see the blue denim looking dye on the bow limbs. Very nicely done. The sear is beautiful. The bow itself is not heavy at all. It's physically light. Snappy bow. So, if you're in the market to look for Assyrian bows, definitely check it out. But if you're concerned about the Jackal logo here, what you can do is just get some artificial sinew or some leather thread, just do some serving here. It works just fine. So if you'd like to know more about archery, find us at Eureka Archery. My name is Anwar Mat Saad. Like, subscribe and share. Be an archer today.